Welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. I appreciate you. I really do. You make my life. Well, we've had a good week of guests. I've loved every person here. They're all good friends of mine. Today, another one. Our guest today is the man behind some of your favorite award shows. He's worked with everybody. He's done every special, every reality TV series, and one of his latest projects is doing massive numbers for TLC and HBO Max. Plus, he's putting a spotlight on pet adoption. We love all of those things. Audience, give it up for Michael Levitt. Hi, buddy.
Hey, everybody. Hey, my friend.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. I just want to know, can we forego the whole interview and just have you do Scooby-Doo impressions the whole time? Because I love it.
Michael, I thought I was pretty good. I think Hanna-Barbera should hire me.
I couldn't agree more.
Thank you.
Perfection.
Anyway, okay, let me start off, dear friend, with a compliment. Let me brag about you. Let me give you some facts and figures here. First, Baylen Out Loud, which Michael is the executive producer and creator. Baylen Out Loud, top 10 on HBO Max. Not easy to do. Next, highest rated new cable series watched by over 28 million viewers last year. I mean, Michael, I've asked you a version of this every time you're on, but I repeat it for new people. Did you ever imagine, like, obviously you wanted it to get it to the screen, you want butts in seats, but did you ever imagine it would catch on like this?
I was hopeful. I mean, I knew that Baylen had a massive following on social media and something about what she was doing was resonating. And I had hoped that by taking her story from a short form to a long form on linear television, that it would resonate as well. But I did not expect it to get the numbers that it has. The other day, we were number 2. We were sandwiched in between Euphoria and Hacks on HBO Max. And I screen grabbed that. That is incredible.
Oh, Michael, I
know.
Sandwich between two, like, oh my God. And for people that don't know, Michael, give the log line, if you could, about Baylen Out Loud, please.
Yeah, so Baylen Out Loud is a docuseries about Baylen Dupree, now named Baylen Dupree-Dooley. She just got married, who has one of the most severe cases of Tourette syndrome ever diagnosed. And it's a beautiful show because we follow her life and her quest to live an independent life in the face of this disability. And what I love about the show is that Baylen is not a victim. She's self-deprecating. She's funny, even beyond her iconic tics. She's so dang funny. And it's just a joyful show. You just find yourself rooting for her, and the love that her family and her husband Colin have for her is just so heartwarming. And I think that's why it works so well, because we are craving this kind of feel-good storytelling.
Yeah, and you do it so well. And I've complimented you behind your back, and I've complimented you here on the show. What I love that you do, Michael, as the producer, is it's not exploitative. Some of these shows where you follow somebody, they're just used as like a carnival. You do not. She is so respected, and she is not a victim. She is so powerful in her own skin and her own story. How is it for you, saying all that, how is it for you to watch her be famous? Like, it must be so prideful for you that people adore her, and she's now really famous.
I feel like a proud uncle. I tell her that all the time. I mean, it's so well deserved. It's beautiful when we go out and film in public. Big crowds follow us, which is something that I hadn't seen in season 1. And also, I have to say, to see her be so gracious and kind to everybody that comes up to her. And we get so many people that come up that tell us that they have Tourette syndrome, their child has Tourette syndrome, or other neurodivergent conditions. And I get to see firsthand them thanking her and us, because they say they're living a kinder, gentler life because people understand the condition better. And you just showed a photo, Jason. We just won the Gracie Award.
Congratulations,
for Best
Michael.
Thank you. And that's for empowering stories about women. And, you know, awards are wonderful, but when you see people come up with tears in their eyes thanking us for what we did,
It's the best award ever. It really is. That's why representation matters. I know people, oh, it's a buzzword. That's why it matters. That's why it matters.
Yeah.
Now, what Michael's doing with pet adoption when we return. Back in a moment, everyone. Back after this. We are so happy one of our friends back with us, producing legend, TV producing legend, Michael Levitt is our guest today. Michael, what's better than Baylen? People love pet adoption, love helping that community. Tell the folks about Stanley Pup, my friend, that aired last night on HBO Max.
Yeah, so the Stanley Pup is a labor of love because I am heavily involved in dog rescuing. You know, we said in the previous segment that people are craving feel good. Well, how much more feel good can you get than puppies? And I think that because we live in such a polarizing, scary world, the one thing we all can agree on is we all love puppies. So the Stanley Pup has 32 rescue puppies representing every team in the NHL, provided by the wonderful Brandywine Valley SPCA, and they go head to head, or as we like to say, snout to snout, in the cutest hockey game you've ever seen, and they're vying for the Stanley Pup trophy, wagging rights, and hopefully to inspire all of you to go out and adopt your next dog.
I know you have done so many shows, award shows, where you getting the bookings done, getting celebrities to come in. I would imagine, Michael, that this is one where it's probably a little easier to get a celebrity because of how many celebrities love dogs. Am I right on that?
It is. It's a great call to make, and we hit the jackpot this year. We have Gene Smart, Anthony Anderson, Brian Adams, Kelly Giddish, Brooke Shields, Joel McHale. They all did adoption appeals. They all posted on their socials. We have two puppy coaches. It's Kenan Thompson from SNL, and then we have Flava Flav, who was incredible. By the way, Flava Flav on the show says people always ask him his favorite breed, and of course, it's a Cocker Spaniel.
And then you were on, I saw you, were you on Andy Cohen? You were on Watch What Happens Live, weren't you promoting it?
I was the bartender, and I have to tell you, I know Andy because he was my executive when I produced, there you go, when I produced My Life on the D-List with Kathy Griffin, but I hadn't talked to him in years. We had asked him to be a puppy coach, and the NHL had reached out, and they had the wrong email. They weren't hearing back, and I said, let me text him, and immediately Andy got back to me, and he said, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Unfortunately, I'm not available when you're doing it, but I would be so happy to have you, Michael, me, come on the show as a bartender and promote it. And I thought that was so nice and classy of him. So I am so team Andy Cohen. He was really nice. We had a great chat in the dressing room. It was so much fun.
Before we let you go, I don't want to run out of time. You know how TV is, friend. We've been talking about Pink hosting the Tonys and what just a stellar job that she did. And you produced with Pink, right? You worked with her in one of your shows.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago, but I love everything about her and what she represents and how she inspires young women and everything. But on the Billboard Awards one year, we had an all-star finale where we asked all the talent that had performed to come back for this performance at the end, and her team said, Pink will not be doing that. She's going to leave. And I was really bummed out. And then when we were loading all the talent on the stage for the all-star finale, all of a sudden, Pink's right there walking on the stage. And I said, I thought you weren't doing the finale. And she had a drink in her hand, and she just said, all it took was a beer, and walked right past me and went on stage and did it. So I just love her and think she's the best.
That's how Fox pays me, just in vodka sodas. Yeah. Really quick, before we go, Jeff, I have time. Yeah, don't I have time, Jeff? Yeah. You went to school, you went to the same high school as Mikey Day from SNL?
Well, yeah. So I would always be called by my high school to go to career day, and I was always like the Hollywood guy. And then several years later, Milo Ventimiglia also went to my school from This Is Us, and I was like, darn, I'm number 2 on the list. And then I found out 3 years or 4 years later, Mikey Day went to my school, and I was like, I'm number 3, darn it. And then Freddie Freeman from the Dodgers, the biggest baseball player ever, went to my school, so I'm knocked off the list. But anyway, I got to meet Mikey Day at a Broadway show a few days ago, and he couldn't have been nicer. We chatted, and it really quickly, he did a skit he told me about with Will Ferrell called Casting List, and it's based on our drama teacher, and I thought that was so cool. But he was awesome.
I love that. And we love you. Thank you, buddy. It's so good to see you. I've missed you. Michael Levitt, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
New episodes of Baylen Out Loud Tuesdays on TLC and later on HBO Max. And you can stream the Stanley Pup right now on HBO Max. We'll be right back. Back after this. Woo!